What's up, guys? So you might have seen this car. I bought it really cheap as a project, as something I can just do stuff on without being scared. And that one is my baby. So it's like I care about it too much, more than I should, more than it's worth. But I wanted to get something that I can just like take it apart without carrying, doing stuff that I wanted to do, like wide body and stuff like that. Blue head gasket. Now we're gonna do a head gasket on it and a manual swap because I bought it automatic, and we have all these parts and way more that it's already either installed or it's already coming or it's somewhere there. I can't find it. So this is everything you need for a manual swap and head gasket job, but also upgrading stuff as we go if it's worth it. This is the ultimate budget way to do it, but not cutting corners. The proper way to do it budget, I guess you can say. It's a ZF, so it's not really budget. You could go even more budget by doing get rag, but as you can see, we got everything here. Got the ZF, everything. I'm gonna go about how much everything cost me and what are the things you're gonna need. This right here, I have to do the calculations when I'm done and let you guys know. Of the car, which was 2,000 or 2,500, something like that. Everything I've done to this car, I'm gonna have a build breakdown of both of them. 2,500, including all this shit. New surfaced head, freshly machined, because the other one had a crack. Head, homie hooked it up, $100. Machining, $50, which is crazy. Student discount. Whole ZF trans swap, $270 out of junkyard. I got lucky, pulled it out myself, everything. DSSR 100, but that is not for a ZF, it's for a get rag, so I have to get the ZF one. E34 U-joint, $8. Z3 shifter upgrade. This booth, we got some bushings and gaskets while we at it, because you don't want to pull the engine out, do it all over again. Front half of the drive shaft, that's all you need. Guibos are different, so if you're gonna go from auto to a manual, you need a new guibo. That was $50. This is the OEM one. CSB, forgot how much that was. I think $37, something like that. This is all junkyard. This is also junkyard, $74, or actually no, $120 out everything. The whole clutch assembly, flywheel, pressure plate, all that stuff. Homie Aviel hooked me up big time. Basically, it was for me to. He gave it to me for free. Not basically, he gave it to me for free. Clutch pin, we upgraded to a steel one. I think that's a $10 piece. Bolts for the flywheel, I still have to get the pressure plate bolts. Sorry, these are the pressure plate. I need to get the flywheel. New fork, it was cheap. Gasket, bearings, rear main seal, all the transmission stuff. That's for the selector rod right there. New bushing, it's only $3. While it's out, might as well do it. Rear main seal, trans mounts, diff mounts I have to order. They're only $8 each. Oh, actually I ordered, it's on the way. And that's an AKG front diff bushing, that's $50. And the upgraded bolt, let me give you the part number. This is out of a F series or E36s. The bolt is not a 8.9 grade, it's a 10.9 grade, so it's very more durable, because that breaks. On my other car I did the AKG, but the M12 I did the M14, so it's a bigger bolt. But this is just fine for this car. We're not doing anything crazy. Head gasket, Victor Range. My friend told me it's the best one, or he had good luck with it, so I went with that one. A lot of people say don't get the Victor Range, but I don't know, I trust him a lot. That was $50 or something like that, $30. Valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket, clutch pedal assembly, which my homie gave it away to me, Meher. Thank you so much. So as you can see, a lot of people are like doing kind things, and I have a lot of homies, good homies. I'm super grand, which allowed me to do this really cheap. So that you might not be able to do that. I understand that. I don't expect everyone to have those opportunities, but that's just how I did it. I overspent on some parts too, but whatever. This is a line braided at custom made hard line for the clutch. Sorry, not a hard line, but a custom made one, and then this the hard line is right there that goes to the slave. I'm still getting the slave. What is that, shift carrier, something like that? Over fenders, who cares? This is something I gotta change. I just put it here. These are the grommets for the valve cover gasket. I was gonna do it because why not? I've heard you gotta do it on the M54s. I did it a few times, and you need this. New head bolts, OEM. These are like something cheaper than ARP head stud, but no, we're stuck. We don't have to do that. It's a budget build. Oil filter housing gasket. This is also a different master that makes it shorter throw. I'm gonna go over all of these section by section, but this is just the overview. I have way more parts in there, way more parts coming. New radiator, all the cooling system, I already done it before the head gasket went out, but the head gasket was already bad. But yeah, I love to see it. We have a road rally cross member, but I might just get an OEM one. I don't know, we don't know that, but I have all the parts. That's what I'm trying to tell you, and we're gonna go over it each by each more in depth. This is just an overview. I'm still gonna put a link here or something that I can have an actual list of all the parts, all the prices, all the details in there. I have the list already, so you can see it better, and or also go off of it based on that. Order for your own car. But this is what's gonna cost. This is what's gonna cost. I was editing the video and I realized I would like to give a more specific answer, even though it's not that specific. It's just an estimate because there are a lot of costs that I might have forgot, or just added costs like the oil and fluids. That was like a very huge added cost. All the gloves, all the, obviously we're not talking about that. So parts only, head gasket stuff. If you only want to do the head gasket, so meaning head gasket, all the bolts that's needed for it, and your new head, assuming your old one cracked, and resurfacing it. For me, my price, everything going genuine OEM, BMW, all bolts, because you have to get new ones, and your gasket Victor Reigns, it's gonna come out to $276. Everything. So that's only if you want to do head gasket. If you want to rebuild the engine in a kind of like a very budget way, so you're not redoing all the low bottom end, you're just regasketing every single thing, doing new sensors, Vanis rebuild, CPS sensor, all that stuff, that's $300 more. And if you want to like rebuild like systems, that's also different story. So for example, $20 you can rebuild your whole power steering system. Of course the hoses, you're not going to redo the pump because there's no need and they don't go out, and reservoir is good. So hoses you can do cheap way, $20. So that's an example of different systems. And the manual swap, I got an amazing deal with the ZF Trans 270 plus front half of the drive shaft and all the little bits and pieces that add up. For $270, you're never gonna get that, let's be honest. Nowadays your transmission is probably gonna cost you $700, and front half of the drive shaft is probably gonna cost you another $150, but we're gonna just go with $270 because that's how much I paid. $120 for a diff. You can probably find it a little bit cheaper, or that's probably reasonable. And then another $561 all added parts. And I saved a lot by getting my friend Aviel to give me his clutch assembly stuff. That also adds a lot. It's a used one, 150 miles on it. So far so good. So if you in that boat, I think you should do that. So $950 all transmission and manual swap stuff. So $950 manual swap kit, and you're refreshing everything. You're not just throwing old parts. So everything together came out to $1,600, rounding by $50. And I'm sure I'm missing a lot, and it's probably a little bit more, but $1,600 is what I have, and I've tried to be as accurate as I can. That's you rebuilding your engine, regasketing the whole thing, head gasket, new head, everything, and manual swap, and you basically refreshing every single gasket, and new hoses, new lines, new slave cylinders, stuff like that. So everything's new. So you're gonna end up with a brand new car. And little spoiler alert, I've been driving my car for 3 years. I've barely had any issues with it. The only issue I had was a O2 sensor. Other than that, I haven't had any issue, knock on wood. So 1600, you can rebuild your whole mechanics of your car. Again, fluids added on top is a different story, and some other things here and there depending on what you want to do. So if you want to paint something nicer, if you want to, I don't know, like a copper spray, that's another 15 bucks that you should put on the head gasket if you're doing it. So those are different. All right, I'm not counting supplies. So yeah, just wanted to give a little bit better accurate number, so people who are watching this and consider doing this, I think you should 100% do this. I was hesitant, but you should 100% do this if you have the time, and most importantly, the space. It's not that bad, trust me. All right, back to the video. I'm gonna break it down, what you actually need for the manual swap, what can you skip, all that stuff, good stuff. What you can get away with not replacing, what you should definitely replace what you added and stuff. So this, if you're excited for this, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, because that encouraged me to post more. I have a lot of videos on that car that I haven't posted, a lot of videos on this car. The whole interior is redone, and we're gonna do a budget paint job on this car too. A lot of budget stuff, because I'm fucking broke. But yeah, this is it's gonna go down. Tune in.